Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, March 1st, 2019. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the first trading day of March. We are looking at the ES here in the daily time frame. Again, we have a lot of economic data that we're waiting on here this morning. A slew of economic data from core PCE price index to personal spending, manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing, Michigan consumer sentiment, and more. FOMC member Bostic speaking later on this morning as well. So a lot coming out here later on today, but these markets have been mostly up, sideways to up in this trend here over the last week. And now you can see the ES positively responding to the 8-period average and bouncing higher, breaking above 2-day highs. That's a very bullish look and feel. Again, this is what I mentioned before. While we are getting to areas of resistance where we could see some selling pressure, this market remains resilient and bullish, and until that changes, we got to be poised to see more upside here until proven otherwise. At some point we could see a rejection. For example, if today we saw a hard rejection of the 2800s and we close lower at 2820, that could be a pretty significant rejection, leading to more weakness coming up ahead. So again, we'll keep an eye on the ES, but it continues to march higher. We could still see more upside here until proven otherwise. And again, we'll continue to watch this situation here as it develops. But with the first trading day of the month, higher value relationship, and a narrow pivot range, we could see quite a bit of movement in March. Here's a look at the NQ. You'll see here the NQ looks very similar, breaking above multiple day highs, continuing to show signs of strength off the 8-period average, still trending higher, very, very bullish overall. Higher value relationship for the month of March. Again, that suggests strength. Rather quiet over the last 2 weeks of trade. We are near resistance, so again, maybe a little bit more upside through 7200, 7275, something like that. But again, this is a zone where we can watch for signs of rejection, but right now still showing strength overall, so continue to pound it to the upside. Taking a look at crude oil, you'll see crude oil over here continues to show strength as well. Every counter trend rotation has been bought. This thing also pushes back below the 8-period average, but didn't stay long before rolling back higher, hitting near 58s today, 57.88 on the high, taking out the previous month's high by a little bit. And one thing you'll notice here is the previous month's high and previous month's close are very close to each other to start the month. If this is a rejection, a higher high rejection, then easily you fall back and perhaps take out the recent low at 55 and come into the pivot range. Maybe you bounce back up after that. So again, this is going to be something to watch out for here. If we're rejecting the previous month's high and close right away to begin the month, the next key level may be the midpoint of the month to test, with a shot to see a rotation all the way back to the previous month's low. So keep an eye on crude oil up here as it tussles with 57s. Taking a look lastly at gold. What you'll notice in gold is it continues to pull back. I mentioned yesterday with the way that price was rejecting the previous month's close price here, it had taken it offered, it was rejecting prices above it yesterday morning. I mentioned that it wouldn't surprise me if we slingshot back toward 1300 first and then try to make a move back up, because the overall uptrend is still intact. But with this recent rejection here and pullback, maybe we needed to take out this low, test 1300 below the previous month's low, and then see a bounce back up. So again, still flowing lower. We may have a test of 1300 coming up pretty soon. Alright, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the day. Happy Friday, everyone. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the trading room. Take care.